Y'all know what time it is. It's story time Friday. You know the vibes. Go ahead and sit back, relax, grab your little snacks, tune in for this tea. Before we get into the video, I need y'all to like it for me. Please do not forget on your way in, leave a comment, and make sure you are subscribed. Y'all, everything helps so much. I don't think y'all realize how much it helps. And I appreciate it. I really do. My social medias will be in the description. What else are we forgetting to say? I think that's it. That's it. I always forget to ask y'all to like, because I ain't never going to tell you to do nothing, because you going to do what you want to do anyway. But I'm just saying I appreciate it and help. Anyway, let's get into this story, y'all. Because when I say delusional, delulu, stupid, I knew better. Like, this was just a terrible time for me. Y'all know I got to set the scene, give y'all timestamps. So this was after Dre cheated with the neighbor. This was after I caught him with that girl. If y'all know the story, I literally forgot what I called it. I can't think of it right now. But he had took the girl to the club. He bought her a bottle of Ciroc about the size of him. Y'all know them huge bottles of Ciroc. He bought one for her. Then he tried to give it to me, pick me up. I think they, did what they had to do, but I don't know. I could never get the truth because he admitted to it, then he took it back. I don't know. And the girl was lying for him, like, this is what put it in my head that females women really be lying for dudes and they will really play their role, because I seen it. And so from then on out, I was like, okay, he got all these just trained. He got them trained to lie, trained to go. Girl, y'all, I gave him way too much credit, okay? But don't get me wrong, because I was a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puss. And we finna get into it. You gonna see how delusional it really got. Like, he really, Dre, my ex, he really effed my mind up. He really did. So we in this college town, and we was living in a house before it got pew-pewed up. This was before that. If you haven't seen, I don't even know if that story time still up. It should be. I don't be taking stuff down for real. But yeah, that story time should still be up. Our house literally got pew-pewed in 16 times. Like, I'm surprised we all, honestly, I'm not even gonna say that. But I was surprised we was all good, because it was like never ending. I was very scared for my life. By this time, the semester for school is about to start. Our roommates had already moved in. Y'all know a little incident that I had with one of the roommates that tried to talk to Dre. It was a whole thing. But yeah, we was off that. At this point, we was becoming cool. At first, I ain't gonna lie, when they first moved in, I was like, dang, because I really wanted me and Dre to have this house to ourselves. But then they moved in and I got used to them. So I was like, okay, cool. I started doing stuff with them, and then boom, I found out I was pregnant. That's another story. Finding out I was pregnant. Actually, it's really not. I just told y'all. Boom. I found out I was pregnant. People like, tell the story when you found out. I found out. I took a test. What y'all? And I told it some in the house got pew-pewed up. I told it in that story time too. So yeah, and nobody cared. Like, my aunts didn't care, and I was grown. Like, after 18, boom, you good, you know? People don't care no more. They'll be like, you pregnant. Like, they don't care no more. Anyway, let me fast forward, start rambling. So it was like a lot of different things going on. We was having relationship drama. At this point, we was having roommate drama, because people wasn't respecting people's boundaries. And y'all just know how the roommate situations are. We had a lot of drama with them. Oh, y'all know I gotta do a quick pause and give a little brief backstory on how I already knew of somebody. So yeah, okay, backstory. Okay, I've explained this in other story times, but some of y'all probably don't know. But I used to have Dre's cell phone information, like his login cell phone company information, and I used to go on there and I used to check who he was texting, and I used to check who he was calling, but it will only show the calls that he answered. So I always used to take the phone numbers and put them into Snapchat to see who he was talking to. So it was a few numbers that I would see, and I would go and I would put them into Snapchat and, stalk them on Snapchat. So there was this one girl that I would see all the time, and I would always be like, everyone, I can't wait to get around her, because I'm about to see who this is. So I already knew who it was, because I put her number on Snapchat and I put her on my fake Snapchat page, and I was following her there. So yeah, and then when I actually got around him, I seen that they was just talking about nothing but Tree. It was always Tree transactions and stuff like that. Like, if he tried her, he deleted it, because I ain't never see it. So yeah, I still kept her on my fake Snapchat just in case, because you don't never know. But anyway, fast forward now, after like dropping this class, picking this one up, whatever, I got my schedule, and I had this early morning class. So I'm going up to the class. Y'all, tell me why the first day of the class is canceled. So I'm walking up, everybody walking back, mumbling to their stuff. The door is closed, lights off, and there's a note on the door, class is canceled for today, whatever. So I'm reading it. I heard his voice from behind me say, dang, he could have at least emailed us. I got up early as hell for nothing. Just they just talking. Y'all, tell me why I look back and it's the girl that I have been stalking on Snapchat, but not literally stalking. I would just really just watch her to see if anything was up. What can we name her? I'm gonna name her Bonita. Yeah, she look like a Bonita. So yeah, I turn back and it's Bonita, and I'm like, right, girl, this early morning class. But first, bitch, after my heart came back up from my ass, because I'm like, not this girl really standing in front of me. Like, I felt like I knew this girl. Yeah, that's how much of a stalker I was. I felt like I knew so many females on that campus because, you know, he was the tree man. So everybody would be coming to him. It was like very few tree men on campus. So I felt like he got most of the clientele. So I was like, oh, I know her. You know, bitch. Y'all, I promise you, I used to be ready to go up to bitches like, hey girl, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, I feel like I should add, at this point, I was only about 7 weeks pregnant. Like, I found out I was pregnant around the 6-week mark. And yeah, so I looked the same. Besides, like, actually I looked smaller. Like, when I first got pregnant and I was very, very sick, I lost so much weight. I was down to 115, which is very skinny for me. So literally nobody knew I was pregnant the whole time I went to that school. Nobody. Eventually, me and Bonita had got cool. Obviously, we got a class together, and she sat right behind me. She actually ended up sitting next to me. So on this particular day, we talking and stuff, and she asked me if I smoke, and I'm like, no. She was like, well, shit, damn, you know, I'm looking for somebody. My tree man be playing, and, you know, I need somebody new, whatever, a backup, because he not even here half the time. So I'm like, I've been thinking about how to ask her about Dre, and this is the perfect time because I literally know that that's her tree man. So I'm like, usually I wouldn't do this, but I already know that she know what he do, so I brought it up. I'm like, oh, you know, my boyfriend sell trees. Allegedly. Like, oh, who, what's his name, da da da. And I'm like, Dre. She was like, Dre with the da da this and da da da. And I'm like, yeah, you know him. Knowing she know him, I'm like, you know him? She was like, that's the, ooh, I was gonna say it. She was like, that's the tree man I'm talking about. I was like, for real? Oh my God. Do he be talking to bitches? Hello? Caller, are you there? Do he be talking to bitches? Because she was stuck. Like, she didn't want to answer the question. She was like, because she was in mid-giggle, and so was I. But, you know, I couldn't help it. My crazy brain said, now. Ask her now. So she was like, girl, I don't never see him talk to nobody. Like, he real low key. He ain't never tried nobody I know or none of my friends. So basically what she was saying was matching up to what he would say. Like, what he would always tell me, like, I'm low key. I don't even be fucking with these people for real. I'm like, I'm just listening like, oh, okay. But you know what my brain really heard? He training these bitches to lie for him. She's lying for him because he already put her up on game. Like, my brain would really go far. My brain would really go far. Whole time they didn't even talk like that, come to find out. But it went far, so far for me to think that he put her on game that, oh, you know what, my girlfriend about to come to school. If she asks you this, and that. I don't even think he knew we had a class together. So I don't know why my brain did this to me. But yeah, if that's not the literal definition of delusional, I don't know what is. Gave him too much credit. I gave him too much. I had asked her if she knew Dre, and for a split second I saw like her face light up, and I'm thinking it's because I mentioned Dre. No, because the next thing she asked me, that's why her face lit up. So she asked me if I had lived in the house that Dre lived in, because the house that we lived in was like the house, like everybody was always over there. That's why when it got pew-pewed up, nobody knew like what the motive was for a long time. So I'm like, yeah, I lived there. We lived there with da-da-da-da. My roommate. Like, oh yeah, I know. Do you know so-and-so? Let's see, what can I call him? Chris. Just a regular F-boy name. So I'm like, Chris? And she was like, yeah, he tall, he on the football, was he on a no, it was football. He on a football team and he do this and he got this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I know Chris. And she was like, oh, okay, so do he be over there fucking with bitches? And I'm like, well, look how the tables done turned. No, I'm playing. So honestly, I couldn't even lie to her. I ain't have nothing for her, because if anything, I saw Chris in passing, like walking in, going to my room. I ain't never spoke to Chris. I just saw him. Like, it was always a bunch of dudes over there, a bunch of females over there. Keep that in mind though. Keep Bonita in mind. Keep Chris in mind, because everything gonna come back full circle. And Just keep it in mind. Okay, now fast forward again. One day we headed to the store. We like down the street from the house, and somebody's like texting Dre and stuff. So he literally zoomed back, I mean rushed back, double back to the house to go serve somebody. Allegedly. He pulled into the driveway and I stay in the car because it was just supposed to be real quick. And when I say literally, it was always so many people in and out the house. Like that was basically a trap house, party house, everything house. So I see this girl walking up and she going towards the front door, but I noticed it's this like specific girl that I have a class with, and I know her by like the hairstyle that she would wear. She would always wear this like big old puff ball. I would just recognize her off of that. So she walking up to the house and going in by herself. So I'm thinking like, this who he rushed back to serve, because he had some pep in his damn step. Like this was super important for him to be zooming all the way here. We could have got pulled over. You got the shit on you. What? At first, you know what? Let me give her a name. I'm going to call her Peaches. So she wasn't even on my radar at first, but the longer he was up in there, the more I was getting irritated, because then my mind started going crazy like, wait a second. No, wait a goddamn second. Is he messing with this bitch? I know he ain't fucking with Peaches. Not Peaches. This nigga really got me fucked up. It's always a new bitch. He probably up in there kikiing up in her face. So it's been like 10 minutes and I'm like, I'm finna go up in here, because if he got this bitch in the room, y'all, my brain went to, oh, they full on fucking in the room while I'm sitting out here waiting in the car. They getting the quickie in. So as soon as I had that thought to get out the car and go look, the front door opened and it's Dre running out to the car. He get in the car. I'm visibly upset, but he don't say nothing because I know he don't want to argue. But me, I want to argue. I want to argue with you. Y'all, I know for a fact he used to be sick of me. I'm just going back and forth in my head, like, how do I bring this up? Like, I know he's sick of me. Like, I'm tired of arguing. But I was going to argue. I was tired of it, but I was going to argue. I know. So I'm, like, debating with myself. And I'm like, you know what? Just fuck it. Just, like, if you don't say nothing, it's going to eat you up. So get that shit off your heart. So I'm like, who is that bitch? Immediately he like,
man, what bitch, man, here you go, I'm not finna keep doing this shit with you.
Like defensive. So I knew when he got defensive, something was up. So he like,
man, it's always the same shit. You ain't tired of this shit? This shit not old to you. It's always the same shit.
So who is the bitch? Who was that bitch? I know who she is, but I just want him to say, because I don't think he knew that we had a class together. Anyway, so he was like, what bitch? I'm like, the bitch that walked in the house after we pulled up. And he was like,
man, what the fuck are you talking about? Ain't no bitches in the house. Ain't no bitches in that house.
I'm like, you a sick bitch to just be lying like that. You a fucking liar. I'm like, you think I'm a motherfucking dummy, don't you? You think I'm a dummy. So I start opening my door. Like one of my left leg, or it's my right leg is out the door, because I'm about to go up in that house. So he was like, man, what the fuck is you doing? Close my door. We need to go. Da da da. So I'm like, I'm finna go up in the house. I'm gonna ask the bitch myself if y'all fuck with each other. And yes, I really was about to do that. And he know I would have did that shit too. So he was like, man, chill the fuck out. We going back and forth. Mind you, my leg is out of the car. So he's like, chill the fuck out, man. Get your ass back in this car, da da da. So I'm like, no, I'm about to go. So this fool zoom. When I say zoom out the driveway, my leg is not in the car. So I hurry up and put my leg in the car, but he whipped that bitch around so quick that if my leg wasn't in the car, the door would have slammed on my leg. And who knows, like my leg probably would have got caught on the ground and y'all could have sprained my ankle or broke it or some shit. I don't know, but I hurry up, put my leg in the car. He whipped the car around so hard that the door slammed and zoom off down the street. So I'm arguing, we going back and forth. So I'm like, you wouldn't have did that shit if you want fucking with that bitch. Turn the fucking car around, stop the car. Y'all, I swear to God, when I was pregnant, we was so toxic, y'all. I would be forgetting that I was pregnant because I was ready to do the most crazy shit. Like I was really trying to jump out the car. I was really trying to open the door and jump out the car. Mind you, he's speeding down the road. I'm really surprised we didn't get pulled over or stopped or nothing. What was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. We still yelling. I'm like, you ready to break my leg for the bitch? You about to break my leg for the bitch? You finna take my shit off for this hoe? And he was like, man, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this shit played out. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of this. Like, that's what he kept saying the whole time. And he was saying it so much. Like, mind you, he's yelling, and then he went like, he kept bringing it down. So at first he's like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Like, he just kept repeating the same thing. Like, I thought it sounded like insanity. Like, it sounded like he was going insane. So I'm like, all right, let me shut the fuck up, because if he have a mental breakdown, like, you'll never know what people would do. Like, I know I was ready to jump out the car, but what if he just crashed into a tree or something because he having a mental breakdown? He ready to end it all because he really that sick of me. So I'm like, let me shut the fuck up, because I could tell, like, he don't act like this for real. And I can admit, I was probably the most annoying I had ever been. Well, besides the whole next door situation. No, I was more annoying at this time because I was highly emotional. I'm pregnant, highly emotional, and just I was doing crazy shit like this. So he kept repeating, I'm sick of this, I'm sick of this, I'm sick of this. So he light up and he started smoking. No words. We ain't speak in the store, on the way back, or like when we actually got back to the house. We ain't say shit to each other. Fast forward to later that night. I mean, it had been hours, but one thing I could do was keep an attitude. So he had been smoking all day, chilling and talking to people, playing the game, whatever. So like his mood was different. He come back in the room all like happy. I knew he was higher than high. So he tried to do something, and I'm thinking like, this motherfucker out his mind, because me, I still got an attitude. I couldn't let shit go. That was my biggest problem. I couldn't let nothing go. I held on to stuff too long. So yeah, including him. Anyway, so he tried to do something. I'm like, boy, you out your motherfucking mind. So anyway, I think he leave. I think he must have went to go smoke again. He come back, passed out. Perfect. Cause I'm finna go through your motherfucking phone. I'm looking everywhere for this boy phone. Can't find it. I'm looking under the bed, in the shoes, you know, the little typical places. I go to the cabinets. I'm checking the cabinets. I'm looking everywhere. Pants, pockets, book bags, everything. Binders, schoolwork, shit. I start checking his homework. So I can't find it. About 10 minutes after he fall asleep go by, this fool rolled over and he was sleeping on his stomach. I mean, on his phone. The phone was under his stomach. You rather your phone potentially blow up on under you than for me to go through it? Oh, jackpot. Get that phone, type in that code, access denied. That nigga changed his code. So I'm like, oh hell yeah, it's something in here that he don't want me to see. I tried every code possible. No, I just could not get in that shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this story. If y'all like this I'm playing. Let me stop playing. Next day come, and I don't think I had class this morning, so, or maybe I didn't go. I don't know, because I just remember being home trying to like think of ways to finesse him out that code. Like I'm trying to finesse him out them damn draws. So he come home, and normally he knew that I would like keep an attitude, but I don't know. This day I was like, you know, I need to put that shit to the side because I need to get that code. I need to get that code. So he come home, he happy of course, cause he on cloud nine, he high as hell. And I'm like, I offered to grease his scalp. Oil his scalp. He get down on the floor in between my legs, and I'm oiling his scalp. 2 minutes into it, I think he was just so high that he just forgot it was me oiling his scalp, because I'm pretty sure before I got there, other bitches was oiling his scalp and doing his dreads and stuff like that. So maybe he thought I was one of them. And he pulled his phone out, and I'm getting excited like, ooh, do it. Put that code in, quit fucking around. That nigga put that code in. I see the code. I'll start repeating it in my head to myself. I'm like, 251-618, 251-618, 772, you know, whatever. Just repeating the code so I don't forget it. I actually stop, get my phone, dial it like I'm about to call somebody, call it so I can remember it and it's there. And I go back to doing his hair. So I'm like, okay, it's going down tonight. After I end up oiling his hair or whatever. Scout. One thing about Dre, he not one that like got his hand in his phone in his hand 24/7 because of social media and stuff like that, because he don't really have social media and he barely get on it. So if he got his phone in his hand, he either like watching YouTube video, videos of football game or sports, whatever kind of game, or he gambling, it wasn't uncommon for him to leave his phone around. But he didn't leave it around for too long. Maybe like 10 minutes at the most, he would go without being like, oh, you see my phone? Like, where the fuck is my phone? So he actually get up and leave, and he go up into the other room, because at this time, one of his little friends was living in our area of the house. So he went up in there, and they was smoking, and they was playing a game. I could hear the game. It was loud as hell. So I'm like, okay, when this game, like, when shit get quiet, I knew that he was coming. So I had to put the phone down. So I'm just listening, and I'm trying to go through his phone. Y'all, I start hearing his voice come down the hall, which it was a very short hall. So I had to hurry up, exit it out, and put his phone back where it was, on the dresser. So I hurry up and do that, but I ain't have enough time to sit down. So I'm standing up looking stupid. Y'all, I pick up a pill bottle. One of his alleged pill bottles, like, what's this?
Girl, you know what
Bitch,
that is.
You
Sit
know
down.
what that is. Put his shit down. So I automatically looked suspicious. And he was like, he walked in like,
You see my phone?
and I'm literally standing right by his phone. Like, he came to the door so quick, I ain't have time to do nothing. So I feel like he knew that I went through his phone. He just come by me, grab his phone, give me that look, and walk out the room. I'm like, damn, he's sick of me. That nigga is sick of me. I'm sick of me. Shit. I still wasn't over it. And I used to go so damn far, to the point where y'all finna think I'm crazy. The next day, after this class with old girl, I catch her. I was thinking about this the whole class period, and I was so fucking nervous. So before I went up to her, first of all, I put my phone on silent. Okay, and it's in my back pocket. I'll go up to her, and I was like, hey, she with two of her homegirls, and I'm trying to talk to all of them, but more so focused on Peaches. I'm like, hey, can I use your phone? Looking at all of them, can I use your phone? Like, my phone died, and I need to call my ride to come pick me up. But I'm focusing on Peaches, because I wanted her to feel obligated to give me her phone, and it worked. It's like, in the moment, I ain't see nothing wrong with doing this bullshit, but really thinking about it and telling and saying this shit out loud, I feel psycho. So she like, yeah, girl, whatever. She give me her phone. Y'all, tell me why she hand me her phone. I call my phone. I'm just listening to it ring, it go to voicemail. I'm like, damn, they not answering, bitch. I'm calling myself. So I call again for dramatic effect. I'm like, oh my God, I really need a
Bring, bring. You have reached the voicemail of Crazy Hannah.
answering.
Please leave a message.
Yo, I'm shaking. All right, thank you, girl. One of her homegirls was like, you need a ride? And I was like, well, they supposed to come. They know what time I get out. So I don't really want to leave. And then they pull up because they couldn't get in contact with me, you know. So I kind of just want to wait a little while to see if they coming up with the stupidest lie. The dumbest lie I could think of off the top of my head. This bitch was nice enough to offer me a ride. Her homegirl was nice enough to offer me a ride. I just felt psycho. So fast forward to later on that night. I'm in our room, and then it was like the other room in our area was real close by. So like I said, I could hear the game in our room because they would have it that loud. So he up in there playing the game, and I'm just on my phone in the room. Y'all, tell me why I'm looking for something. I'm looking for my charger, and I'm moving the covers and shit. I'm like, this is his phone right here. Mind you, he had been up in the room for like 5 minutes already playing this game. And I knew that they was playing the game and smoking because it was like a routine. He did the same shit every day. So I'm like, this nigga phone is right here. Like, I don't ever get this lucky. Like, mind you, he do leave his phone laying around, but not around me. So 2 nights in a row, oh, this is jackpot. Like, I'm supposed to see something. Like, this is supposed to happen. That's how I'm thinking. Because if he know I'm around, oh, he gonna try to keep that motherfucker glued to his hip. So I grab his phone, enter the code. He didn't change his passcode, surprisingly. And I start going through it. So I take the number out of my phone. And mind you, while I was up in the room, I was contemplating how I was going to do it. So this just all felt perfect. I take, I take her number out the call log, type it into his phone. Lo and behold, her number come up. He just didn't have it saved. I'm telling y'all, know how when you get the butterflies, like you got a shit, not butterflies, like your stomach start cramping like you got a shit. That's how I was feeling. Okay, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now, drinking this damn coffee. But yeah, no, that's literally how I was feeling. I was so nervous. I'm like, should I stay right here or should I go to the bathroom? Because bitch, I don't know what to do. So I'm skimming through the bottom of that messages, and I'm like, okay, no, I need this shit to make sense. So I scroll all the way back up the thread to the beginning of it. I finally get to the top where she like, hey, this Peaches. He like, like, hey, yeah, whatever, I'm gonna lock you in. Obviously, he didn't for obvious reasons. So, y'all, I swear to God, this nigga must have felt it in his little bones that I was in his damn phone, or he must have just realized and knew. So, just when I'm about to start reading, I hear this nigga voice coming down the hall, and then I hear the door handle jiggle. Thank God I had locked that door, because I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like, I was just gonna get caught, and it was gonna be a big ass argument that I just did not feel like having. So when I hear the door handle jiggle, that's when I exit out, clear the screen, and, you know, put his phone back under the covers where he had it. He knock on the door like, what you doing? What you doing? Knocking on the door like, oh, guilty. I get up, unlock the door.
Why you locking the door? Why you locking me out the room?
I didn't mean to lock the door. Knowing damn well I meant to lock the door. Just to avoid an argument, I lied though. I'm visibly upset because I didn't get a chance to read it. So now my brain is creating fake scenarios by itself. I'm being dry as hell, and he like, man, what's wrong with you? So I'm like, nothing.
Alright, shit.
The fuck, he did not care, because he knew whatever it was, 9 times out of 10 it was gonna be an argument. Why was I stressing myself out this hard? I do not know. But 30 seconds later, I knew before he left his room, because he was looking for his phone. So I'm like, okay, before he leave his room, I need to say this shit, because I don't know when he gonna come back. I don't even want to wait 2 minutes for him to come back. So 30 seconds go by, and I'm like, I just think it's funny how you said you ain't know that bitch Peaches. Yeah, the one that we got into an argument, you just almost took my leg off for the other day. You said you didn't know her, but you been texting her. Yeah, I read all the text messages. I know everything. I read all the messages. Since I didn't read the messages, now I'm about to lie my ass off. Yeah, I'm about to just make shit up and see what you gonna admit to, because that's the best way to get him. So he was like, man,
What the fuck? You always in my goddamn phone. I knew you was in my phone. I knew you took my phone. So where you put my phone?
because he hadn't found it yet at this point. I'm like, nigga, I ain't take your phone. You left your phone in here.
Where the fuck is my phone then?
Where you left it? The fuck? So I was being an asshole, not telling him where his phone is. So I'm like, why the fuck you lie about fucking with Peaches? And it's honestly so embarrassing, because I knew our other roommates could hear us. If not the ones like, if not like the main ones, the main four that actually paid rent. I know his other friend that was in our area could hear us arguing. He probably thought I was fucking crazy. He probably could also hear us when we used to fuck too. The next time I had that class, I'm like, I'm finna just go back to square one and confront her like I was about to do when he was about to take my leg off. Yeah, I'm just finna confront her like that. So the next time we had a class, I'm waiting till the class over. I wait until, like, I had the nerve to do it, but then I lost it. But then when she was about to walk towards the door to leave the actual building, I was like, okay, no, I gotta do this shit right now, because I don't know if I'm gonna have another opportunity, you know?
She was always with a homegirl. I don't like confronting people in front of people. So this day she was by herself. It seemed perfect.
So I ended up catching up to her. And I don't touch her, but I'm like about to grab her. But I was like, you know, I don't want to touch the girl, so let me just put myself in front of her so she could see me. So I'm like, can I talk to you? And she was like, okay. So I'm like, you fuck with a nigga named Dre? And she was like, Dre? I don't know a Dre. I'm like, oh, hell no. Once again, I'm like, he done trained these hoes to lie for him. And they really be lying for him. Since you want to lie, I want to lie too. So I'm like, okay, well, I saw y'all texting. I seen you come to the house. And now I'm hearing whispers that y'all fuck with each other. Bitch, wasn't nobody whispering but the voices in my head.
Oh, she crazy.
Wasn't nobody whispering but the voices in my head, bitch. I really said that. I said, and now I'm hearing whispers that y'all fuck with each other. I was a bold ass bitch. It's crazy, because looking back, I would never, ever do nothing like this. I would never go up to no female talking about you, but I guess you young and dumb, so whatever. She was like, what? What house? So I start describing the house. I'm like, this, that, and the third house, the house that everybody be at. And she was like, the Tree Man house? She was like, oh, you talking about, dang, what nickname could I give him? Dread. You talking about Dread? The Tree Man? She said, the Tree Man? Literally, that's how she said it, but she said the real word. I felt so damn dumb. Like, she really made me feel so dumb. Like, that peasant ass a nigga? You think I fuck with that peasant? That's how she said it. I was like, yeah, and I just really want to know what's up. She was like, I don't fuck with him. Like, bitch, I told you already, you know? So I'm just like, what am I finna do? Try to keep going back and forth with this girl I don't know and make a scene right here in this school building? Or am I just gonna have to let it go? Because like, I felt like there was no more that I could say. Like, why am I try to keep going back and forth? She just literally told me she don't fuck with him. I think it was about 2 days later, right? And I'm walking from campus back to the house, which I hated doing because it was so damn hot. It was so hot at this point. And I see somebody, I mean, it's like everybody was walking, but this silhouette, the girl, the puff, I see it in the distance. And I'm like, that can't be Peaches. Is that Peaches? Because I'm on the street of the house. Like, I'm 4 houses down from actually being home at this point. So I'm like, I know that's not fucking Peaches. So I'm really trying to focus and hone in to see who this is. As I get closer and closer and closer, y'all tell me why it's fucking Peaches walking to the house. You ain't walking nowhere else because you don't even live, like, you live on campus. Why you wouldn't be over here if you're not coming to this house? We walking up damn near at the same time. Mind you, I'm trying to speed walk at this point so I could get there at the same time that she about to turn in and walk down the driveway. So I'm like, I'm about to say something to this bitch. I don't care how crazy I sound, look, or feel. I'm about to say something because everything was just adding up in my crazy ass head as she finna come here to fuck with Dre. So I'm like, who you here for? And she was like, she looked at me stupid as hell and kept walking. I'm like, who you here for? She was like, bitch, I'm not here for y'all nigga. So I'm like, bitch. Mind you, I hurried up and like I started standing in front of the door before she could actually walk in. So I'm on the porch standing in front of the door. She haven't stepped foot on the porch. She stopped. And I'm like, bitch. And she was like, yeah, insecure bitch. Nobody is here for y'all nigga. Nobody want him. Just going back and forth. We going back and forth. So she started bucking up like she want to fight. At the same time, okay, wait, how can I explain this? So she started bucking up like she want to fight. At that same time, the door opens from behind me, and it's, what did I call that girl? Kiki. Kiki is like, Tati, what happened? And she like, Dre, she finna fight Dre. Caught screaming his name like he my goddamn daddy. Finna come save my ass from a fight. She screaming, she pulling me in the house. Chris come out from around the corner because we had a dude roommate that lived there too. He lived like in the main area of the house. I named the dude roommate in the story time. The house got pew-pewed up, but I don't remember what I call him right now. So the dude roommate come from the back and Chris come from the back. Chris is like, what you doing, Peaches? What's going on? Da-da. So she yelling. Everybody yelling. I'm like, bitch, get out that in, da-da-da. Kiki is like, Tati, aren't you pregnant? Yeah, oh my God. Okay, so wait. I'm going too fast because I forgot the girl was talking shit. And she was like, get your friend. Yeah, get your little ass friend, da-da-da. So I'm like, bitch, you get me. Because at this point, I mean, not hindsight. In actuality, it was about some whack ass bitch. But at this very moment, you disrespecting me now because you called me a bitch. So now it's about my ego. Now it's about, putting some respect on my name. So if you finna get out there, it's no longer about Dre. Now it's about us. Now it's personal. This shit was just so embarrassing. So yeah, Chris comes, scoop her up, pull her out the house, and he was like, you making a scene over here? I don't even live here. I can only hear like a little bit because they walking outside. He's like, what you doing? I don't even live here, da-da-da. So I hear her talking shit. I can't hear what she's saying. Before he pulled her outside, before Chris pulled Peaches outside, damn, I keep about to say this girl name. Kiki was like, Tati, aren't you pregnant? And Peach was like, you a dumb bitch. You a goofy. Just talking all that shit. And then that's when Chris was like scooped her, pushed her outside or whatever. So when she called me dumb and goofy, I kind of like snapped back to reality like, bitch, I am. Like, why am I doing all of this? And you know what the thing is? Pregnant people be feeling untouchable. Yes, I'm talking about myself. And I'm talking about a few situations that I have been in too with a pregnant person. So what I come to realize is, I don't know what be going on with their pregnant brain, but they just be feeling untouchable because they know that nobody gonna put hands on a pregnant person. Now, don't get me wrong, because somebody out here will. But 9 times out of 10, people will not. So they talk the most shit and they get real bold because they pregnant and they know. Mind you, I wasn't going around announcing that I was pregnant, and I didn't expect for Kiki to say that shit, but I just be feeling like, and granted, it's not all pregnant people, but a lot of them. Because I've been that, and I've came in contact with that, too. Before and after I was pregnant. So I just feel like they think they untouchable. They get real bold. and just let shit fly out their mouth. I felt so dumb and embarrassed. Mind you, the dude roommate had went outside. He honestly, he didn't care about shit like that. And I really feel like he be on so much shit that he might have thought he was fucking hallucinating. I honestly, my main focus at that point when I had came back to reality, I was like, I don't want nobody to tell Dre, because first of all, this relationship on his last fucking leg, bitch. It's on his last leg, and this shit is very embarrassing, and I just didn't want nobody to tell him. So me and Kiki went back to her room, and we was just in a room talking, and that's when all the math started mathing. Peaches didn't fuck with my nigga. Peaches was fucking with Bonita nigga. So yeah, Kiki was like, that's Peaches and like, she don't be coming over here for Dre and da-da-da. And I know, I know Kiki thought I was fucking crazy. So I was like, that's not her though. I got a class with his actual girlfriend. And she was like, well, I don't know. But all I know is they've been fucking with each other. And Chris always over here. And Peaches be over here too for him. Blah, blah, blah. They be up in the room with, what's his name? So, oh my God, the dude was so weird. The dude roommate was so weird. It was like, he would let people go up in his room to fuck. And one of the other girl roommates did that too. When people didn't have a room and shit, they would just like let people fuck in their room in the house. Random people that they knew, but nobody else knew. Like, it's random to me, but why? This is not no house. I felt so dumb. I had to end up asking Kiki, like, can you just like not tell Dre about none of this? Because you know how people like to talk and shit. So I don't know if she would have told him. She ain't really talk to Dre like that. But I'm just like, you know, just don't tell him this shit, because he don't think I'm crazy, bitch. He knew I was crazy, but I just didn't want that shit to get back to him. So yeah, whole time I'm up here being delusional as hell, about to fight, literally fight over the D. When Peaches fucking with somebody else, she wasn't fucking with my y'all. I swear to God, I don't know what it was about Lil Dre, but he really had me thinking he was the man. I really was thinking, like, why the fuck do everybody want my man? Like, damn, my man is that guy. He that nigga, bitch. Delusional. Whole time nobody wanted him, and in the back of my mind, I knew that. I chose that. I chose to be delusional. I chose violence. Literally, actually, in this case. Y'all, when I tell you it's so much shit that Dre do not know about, and if he found out now, I wouldn't be embarrassed, because like, I'm not that person no more. But it's just so much shit that he do not know about, and I'm so glad. Ooh, I'm so glad. Anyway, I'm not trying to drag the story. I'm not trying to drag the story out. I'm kind of embarrassed. Like, I'm having flashbacks, and it's so cringy that I'm getting embarrassed. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. On your way out, if you didn't like the video on your way in, please give it a like, leave a comment, a dot, a chicken, some hearts, because y'all know Valentine's Day coming up. I don't really like this backdrop. I'm gonna have to change it because I don't like it. But yeah, liking, leaving a comment, sharing, everything helps, and I really do appreciate it, y'all. We on the way. I don't know what we on. Should we set a goal for the channel? What's the goal? Let's set a goal. Y'all let me know in the comments what our goal should be. Okay, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. I'm speaking it into existence right now. Y'all already know the vibes. I love y'all so much. I really do feel like I'm leaving something out of this video. Y'all will be getting a voiceover. I already know. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye. Welcome to the bloopers. I really be feeling like the bloopers it's a little family, because you know everybody don't make it to the bloopers. So this is something special for you. If you make it to the bloopers, I love you. I appreciate you. Y'all, I literally put the fake shock face on. I felt psycho. I felt insane. I'm like, bitch, I need an Academy Award at this point. Where's my Oscar? How you know him? How you know my man? Oh, this plane want a moment. It's like taking forever. What's going on? It's been goddamn 2 minutes. Cause I'm just, in my head, everybody wanted Lil Dre. Everybody. You couldn't tell me. You wanted Lil Dre. You watching. You wanted him too, didn't you? Yeah, I know you did. No, let me stop. Like, that's how delusional I was. Who's the most ridiculous person that I ever thought wanted Dre? Oh my God. Hopefully his like older sister do not watch my videos no more. But I was so delusional to the point where I seen this girl on Instagram. I'm sure. Oh, this was kind of earlier on when I didn't know that that was his sister. I seen this girl on Instagram, and they was like talking in the comments on one of his pictures, and he was like, yeah, I love you, or something like that, like LUHU, I love you. So I'm like, when I tell you my heart dropped. At first it went to my throat, then it dropped back down to my ass. Like I was all over the place. So I'm screenshotting the hell out of stuff. I'm screenshotting that whole conversation, and I'm just like, okay, wait till he hit me up, because I'm finna get on his ass. So he hit me up, and I had an attitude, and he was like, man, what's wrong with you? And I was like, you think that I'm a motherfucking joke? You are so fucking disrespectful. I like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Something is really wrong with you. So we going back and forth, and I'm like, but you're on Instagram telling bitches that you love them. You on Instagram telling bitches that you love them. Who the fuck is da 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 da? Because I ain't even gonna say her name or nothing close to her name. And he was like, what? I'm like, who the fuck is da 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 da? And he was like, I'm done with your crazy ass. Are you fucking serious right now? Are you serious? And I'm like, as a heart attack, bitch. This nigga said, that's my fucking sister. I said, you a lying ass bitch. You a lying ass bitch. So y'all, tell me why the sister had her page on private. So I add the girl, and I think she approved me like later on that day. So the whole time we just arguing. I'm mad for hours. I'm like, yeah, he a liar. I can't wait till she approve me, because he don't even think that I'm finna add her. He don't think I'm that bold. Girl, I add her. I see pictures of them, and they family, little baby pictures and shit. I'm like, he done with me. He don't want me no more. Y'all, I felt like Yvette when Jody was like, yeah, bitch, I'm done with you, and slammed the door in her face. I said, he don't want me no more. He don't love me no more. Bitch, I was like, I done lost my man, because he told his sister that he loved him. But in my defense, he was always doing shit like that. He had posted another girl. He had what did I name her? Whatever, that one girl in Atlanta that he could just not stop talking to our whole relationship. But I wasn't too worried about her until he went to Atlanta. That's the only time I would get worried. And yeah. What else? Another girl, he had took a picture with her, posted it. A girl was in the background of his picture, and he tagged her in the photo. We started getting into it. Girl, he was always doing shit like that. So I wasn't acting crazy for no goddamn reason. Yeah, he would be sitting by people and whatever, but I ain't know nothing. To be honest, I stayed in the room because I was always sick, and then they would smoke the house out, and that would make me so nauseous. So yes, I did call the B word. Honestly, I'm not even like gonna put, I mean, he did call me out my name too, but he only literally started calling me a bitch after I called him a bitch like 5 times, like in different arguments, like different points and times. And when he first called me that, I was so shocked. Look, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, bitch, it's the same as putting your hands on a dude. Expect for him to hit you back. No, it ain't right, but you need to expect it, because why you putting your hands on people? So I'm disrespecting him, expect to get disrespected back. And ain't nobody finna just keep taking disrespect. You know? So yeah, I don't know why I was so shocked, y'all. I act like when he first called me a bitch, I thought that nigga had popped me in my damn mouth or something. Like, that's how shocked I was. That shit hurt. I felt that shit. See, I really wish I was on. I'm about to start going live or something, because I be wanting to talk to y'all in real time.
This is why it's taking me so long to record. What am I doing? What am I doing?
Y'all, whole time Dre was the local tree man. Y'all think he told everybody his real name? He has so many fucking nicknames, and that was just not correlating in my brain. Like, maybe he told her name was this, that, and the third, because I'm so dumb. You know what? Y'all, I've been trying to stop rambling and get straight to the point. So if I've been recording for an hour and I know I still ramble, hopefully this video is about 30 minutes. We're gonna set goals for the videos. 30 minutes. Goals for the hoes. If you know, then you know. Bitch, you wanna go? I'll punch you in your throat. Bitch, I'm a rapper. Stop playing with me. What my rap name should be? Y'all know that song, You Know Me, Who He Wanna Be? Call me Freaky T. Bitch, call me Freaky T, ho. Yeah, I'm stealing it from that girl. I'm stealing it. Call me Freaky T. Let me know if you got beef. We can take it to the street. How you can get beat. Bitch, I'm finna eat. No, for real, I'm hungry.